Call the meeting of the Leitchfield Utilities Commission to order for Thursday, October the 5th, 2023. You have a draft of the minutes of our September 7th, 2023 meeting. There was no meeting on September 21. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the September 7th meeting as presented? Motion by Mr. Jones, second by Mr. Alley. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The next item is the approval of the bill list. Floor is open to entertain a motion to approve that list. Motion by Mayor Miller, second by Mr. Jones. Any discussion about any of those bills on that list? All in favor of the motion to approve the bills? Aye. The next item we have is visitors. We do not have any current visitors. The next item is the bid results for the utility vac truck. There were 3 bids received. These were studied extensively. The recommendation of the utilities foreman, superintendent, and the staff that work with it is to accept a bid that is not the lowest bid, but there are numerous reasons why they have said that, and I'll kind of make you aware of those. First of all, the 3 bids were from Gap Vacs, Best Equipment, and JDC. And the Best Equipment bid was $472,146.38. The JDC bid was $509,675, and the Gap Vacs bid was $572,080, $572,080. They do recommend, though, that they would like to purchase the Gap Vacs vac truck. They had demonstrations performed by all 3, and this truck outperformed the other vac trucks that were demonstrated. Gap Vacs is on a Peterbilt chassis versus a Freightliner. It also comes with a PACCAR motor versus the Cummins. PACCAR is what we have in the Kenworth dump truck, which is proven to be very dependable and reliable. The Gap Vacs comes with stainless steel water tanks, which the others do not. The debris tank comes with a 5-year warranty on rust through distortion and cracks. The debris tank also has debris level with audible alarm. The Gap Vacs boom has a 26-foot reach, which is more than the others, one of them which was 10 foot. Gap Vacs has 800 feet of rotor hose to utilize, which allows us to be able to reach from manhole to manhole anywhere in the city limits, regardless of depth. Gap Vacs has more work lights on the truck, which includes work lights on all sides of the truck, plus lights on the boom and a light on the rotor reel to be able to shine straight down into manholes. Gap Vacs also come supplied with 14 LED safety caution flashers, which increases visual safety of the truck and brings awareness to vehicular traffic of a work area. It also has a rear arrow light bar on the truck to assist with traffic control. So Brian Langdon submitted those, and we will attach his list to any motion that's made, but their recommendation is for us to accept the Gap Vacs bid. Is there a motion to do that?
Yeah, I will.
Motion by Mr. Alley. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Jones. Any discussion about that? All in favor of the motion to accept the Gap Vacs bid?
Sound like a bar.
All right. And also, now it'll be about 1 year delivery on this, so we won't be making that outlay until we actually receive the truck. And but that is that. The next item of business is an approval for an employee, number 2370, to draw out of the sick bank once his time is exhausted. As a reminder, he had some hours of his own personal time left, but he will be out of that very soon. And he's had an extensive surgery and expects to be out quite some time, and is still in the hospital, I think, from that. So is there a motion to approve employee number 2370? Mr. Alley makes that motion.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones makes the second. Any discussion? All in favor?
And that's for the full 4 weeks that he can
4
draw,
weeks.
correct?
Yes. Dwight, the next item of business, to declare the vehicle lift.
Yeah, at the utility shop.
We get a new one?
Yeah, we've ordered a new one. So I want to put this on Gov Deals and sell it. It's a 2-post lift.
Is there a motion to declare that vehicle lift at the utility shop?
The vehicle lift, what is it?
It's the one we had in the old shop with the,
The 2-post lift that lifts up the vehicles at the shop,
Yeah,
we're going to replace it with a 4-post lift. That way it can lift the bigger trucks,
oh, yeah.
and it'll be a little bit safer. Not a lot of people are using the 2-post lifts anymore. I don't expect it to bring a lot of money, but we still, I mean, it'll bring something.
I got a 2-post lift, but the reason I like it, I can put a vehicle in it and drive the other one under.
Yeah.
can get one too.
Is there a motion to declare that existing surplus property in motion by Mayor Miller, second
second.
by Mr.
You want
Jones?
another one, Budgie? You want to bid on this one?
Any discussion about the motion to approve that as surplus property?
No, I
No.
don't need another
All in favor of the motion? Next item, Superintendent Embry is requesting a pay increase for employee number 2354 from $24 to $27. That's, of course, a significant increase, but there is a significant upgrade in his position and responsibility that he's been taken on due to the retirement of another employee.
Yeah.
Motion by Mr. Alley. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Jones. All in favor? In unfinished business, at our last meeting, if you notice in the minutes, we had Brandon Hamilton had appeared before us and was talking about the lift station that we are replacing. And he came down and met with Superintendent Embry, and I was present for a while, and so was Dave Vickery. The main reason of the meeting, though, was to, we had authorized Dave to review the engineering contract on that. And Dave did that, and had a couple of items within that contract that he addressed with Mr. Hamilton. So Mr. Hamilton was going to go back and amend that contract. So Dave wanted us to authorize Superintendent Embry to execute the revised contract when we get it back from Brandon, and Dave will look at it one more time to make sure everything that we agreed upon that day is in there. But is there a motion to authorize Superintendent Embry to authorize the engineering contract? That's by Mr. Jones. Is there a second by Mayor Miller? Any discussion about that?
No.
All right, all in favor? The next item that we need to do, though, is we have talked about that lift station, which is, you know, I'm looking for the word undersized currently. We have to replace it. But we have the ability, now that the bypass is going through, and from where that old lift station was at, if we move it toward the bypass, the lift station could serve a significant area of development along the bypass. So we are recommending that we approve the new location, which is nearer the bypass. And that has added some expense to this project, which the Utilities Commission is willing to bear. There will be an extension of gravity from about where our existing lift station is now to this new lift station location. Then we have to force main it back like we currently do there. So the added expense to us is basically the addition of the gravity line and the force main back. And then the other thing that we were able to do or talk to him about is, you know, when we initially looked at moving that lift station down there, it still was going to require maybe another lift station or some pumping from some of this other area to that new lift station because it was going to be 10 feet deep. The engineers have looked and they can make it 20 feet deep, and that will gravity flow all that area. The difference between going 10 and 20 feet deep is probably nominal at that point. 20-foot deep manholes or lift stations are not uncommon. There could be a possibility that we'd have to change the type of pump that's within it, but he thinks that moving it to 20 feet deep, that actually about 18 and a half is going to serve it, and we can use the same type of Smith and Loveless pumps that we use now. But we just want to we need to approve that as a commission to do two things, to move the station and then also to lower the depth of it. And by doing so, we incur some added expense, but it will help development of that other property. But we also need to make clear that anybody listening or that's on that other area, it'll be their responsibility to get to our lift station.
To get to that.
Is it gonna do anything with the bypass, will it?
Yes, that's what we're saying. It's
Yeah.
going to be able to have that property access to sewer.
How far down?
We're just going to the bypass. We're not going to
Yeah,
do
we're
the
just going to the
developer part.
bypass, the
Yeah,
developer,
that's what I'm
but
saying.
that,
Will it service
yeah, it'll serve,
gravity on the rest of the way?
well, not all the way around it, but I don't know how many feet that is up there, but it's a significant area.
Will it go?
Several acres, several acres of property for future development it will serve. It'll be large enough to serve it, it'll be large enough to serve what's on
It
it
won't go
now.
all the way to, it won't go all the way to Salt River Road.
Oh,
Probably to about Beaver Dam Creek Road, from there to 259, it will serve.
Yeah.
But then once you get to Beaver Dam Creek Road, then the terrain starts falling towards
The other
Salt
side.
River Road. And there's a lift station actually on that side
Yeah,
Yeah.
that serves that area.
right.
So,
I'll make that motion.
There's a motion by Mr. Jones, and that is to approve the new location of the lift station and also to lower it. And that will allow a much larger area to be served
Service.
by gravity-fed sewer. Is there a second to that motion? Second by Mayor Miller. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor of that motion?
Nah.
Thank you, and then, like I said, but also make sure you note, Lori, in the minutes that we did cover the fact that, you know, that's what we're doing, and then,
It'd
but,
be
you
up
know,
to developer.
it's up to development people now
To get to you.
to get approved plans and get to us at that location. Next item is a personnel pay and classification update. Lori, you want to address that with us?
I will. Just wanted to let you all know that we did do the second reading of the ordinance Monday night. I have not got it to the paper yet to get published, so it'll be next Saturday before that gets published. But like I've talked to you, Bob, and to Dwight, the council didn't want tenure in that, the min and max, so they're still wanting to work something into the personnel policy about our long-term employees. And they've requested a meeting next Friday, October 13th at 8:30, to kind of go over some ideas on maybe what we can do for the
And
long-term
is
employees.
that just like a working session for the
Yes.
council? Is that?
Yes,
Okay.
we're gonna invite Elsa, and I think she's gonna see if one or two of her her board wants to sit in too, so. I know we had Keith sit in on some of the meetings that we've
Yeah.
done, so I didn't know if you all wanted Keith to sit in, or if he was,
he's
well,
willing to
I think
do
he's
that,
gonna be out, I didn't know if he was gonna be out of town, cause you just said you were going camping, so.
And I'm gonna be back Friday.
Okay. But if you all could make it, that would be awesome, so we could kind of toss some ideas around there and try and figure out what we can do for the long-term employees that have already reached the top of the scale.
All right. Well, I'll just appoint Mr. Jones to represent us at that working session.
Well, that's Friday.
Yeah, Friday the 13th at 8:30.
Any other business to do with that? Floor is now open for new business.
I would like to get permission to order the material for the Holly Hill water line. We finally got an easement from from the Condor, on the Condor properties where we can put it on that side of the road. We've had that on capital projects for as long as I can remember. And I'd like to go ahead and get the material and try to get that in this fall.
Did you tell me that you had received some neighbors' signatures
Yeah,
in
I
favor
have
of that?
a petition here that was signed by almost all the neighbors that we could reach. You want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Passed around. It says, "We, the residents of Holly Hill Lane, are requesting Leitchfield Utilities to consider replacing the existing water line that serves us. We're making this request due to the low water pressure and volume that we experience in our homes, as well as the need for fire hydrants. It is also problematic when service is disrupted and boil water advisories are issued due to line breaks. This is becoming more and more frequent." And it's signed by the residents of
How many,
Holly Hill Lane.
how many different property owners do you have there?
We have 9.
9? And what size line is Holly Hill Lane?
It's currently a 2-inch line. It's about 50 years old. It does break often. We repair it quite a bit. And every year we try to replace 1 or 2 lines, problem lines. I know last year we worked on English Street and replaced a big section of it. So this is a problem line for many reasons. I think the fact that I live on this street probably complicates it a little bit. But again, it's been on the capital projects list for, I know, 5 years.
It has been on the list for a while and been postponed several times.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, full disclosure that you live on that street, so.
Where's the status on 54? It gets tore down every day you turn around.
54 it needs to be on that list too. 54 I'm not sure
How many
54.
times has it been tore down in the last month? 6 or 8 in a month?
I'm not aware of but
Well, it
one
is.
in the last
You
30
go look,
days.
they've dug into it every time you turn around. I drive by it every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not in great shape. I agree.
Yeah,
54,
it's been in
54.
bad shape for years.
54 is a state highway. I'm not sure that we have it in our crew to do that project. That may be a project that we have to bid out, and we may have to, that could be close to $1 million project.
Well, the sewer line, same way. It's right there on the road and the gravel. It's rock, solid rock, and it cracks and breaks and has to be redo.
That's a line, I agree, Pudgy, that's a line that needs replaced. And unfortunately, we have a lot of those.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just trying to peck away at them. The ones that we can do in-house seem to be a little, the ones that we can reach seem to be a little easier to do.
Do you know how many hydrants you'll be able to put on that line?
There'll be 3,
And what size line are you putting?
6-inch.
Any other questions or discussions? Is there a motion to approve ordering the material that the Leitchfield Utility System crew will be doing the work on to install that line to replace on Holly Hill Lane?
Yeah.
You make that motion? Is there a second? Mayor Miller seconds that motion. Any other questions or discussions?
No.
All in favor of the motion? Any other new business?
I'm gonna give you a little update on our transition from Itron to Census on our radio reads. We've done a lot of work on that with the hardware and everything, and it's been a little more difficult than what we thought, but we went into full service mode Monday. Everything's working great. So that puts us one step closer to going AMI. You know, that's our goal, to eventually get everything switched over to that. And so that's
I know-
going good.
I spoke with Alicia Harrell in the office, and she said that Trish was very pleased with it.
Yeah.
It lightened her thing, but, you know, I'd like to go ahead and give a compliment to Alicia in the minutes. I know she spent a lot of time and effort. There was some difficulty in this transition with software, and she stayed on that I think several times I've come by City Hall, she's been very frantic, but having to see the project through with multiple vendors, and it's been frustrating for her, but she's hung in there and got it accomplished. it looks like, and
She's done a tremendous job on it, and I'm proud of her.
I'd like to give her
Yeah.
our appreciation
It's
for
really
that.
good. Speaking of Alicia, her and Brian are gonna come, they're expected to come at the next meeting and do a demonstration of our new dashboards that we're using and with our mapping systems. It's pretty cool what we can do with our mapping now, and we're very excited about that, and that's just a very beginning of it. There's a lot more things that we'll be able to do, but they're supposed to be here at the next meeting, so.
Okay. Any other new business? Under other, Lori has reminders that the next chamber luncheon is October the 12th. Please let her know by Monday if you plan to attend that. Also, you have two financial statements in the new fiscal year, the July and August statements. They are included in your packet for review, and we'll approve those at our next meeting. And I did talk to Sabrina not long ago, and I know that she's already tried to get the accounting firm most of our data so that they can hopefully get a little better or quicker, not better, but earlier start on our audit than maybe they have in the past. So I'm anxious to see how that goes. I've always been kind of one that wants it earlier than we get it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, any other business?
Bob, I just want to, I should have put this on there, but I forgot to, just to remind you all that the planning and zoning is having another comprehensive plan meeting the 9th after their regular meeting, if you all want to attend. I know you had mentioned that last time when you didn't get to come.
Yeah, and I think I'm out of town. That's next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of town again, so. But please, if there's a commissioner here that can be at that, I know Dave will probably be there anyway, right?
He was at the last one, yes, and I think, was you at the, and you was at
And
the
Harold
last?
I
will
didn't
be
make the
there.
last one, but
Okay.
I'll be there Monday.
All right.
And I was here, and
So, and you can share with them the news of what our action was tonight
Okay.
on the lift station.
okay, sure will.
So, any other business? Floor would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Jones, second by Mayor Miller. Any discussion? All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.